Hey guys, welcome to part 2, and now I'm going to show you how to use surface imperfection overlays on top of an existing material, just to give some extra detail. So, let's go over here to Create, and I'm going to make another standard material, and this is going to be my overlay. So I'll just rename this. And then I'll change the diffuse color from gray to white. And then under opacity texture, this is where I'm going to load in my image. So, go down here, load in an advanced bitmap. Go to File, and then I'm going to be using this Dirt Wipes overlay. And we can see the preview happening up there. So, if I was to take this and drag it on top of my sphere, we'll see how it looks rendered. Okay, so we're seeing the opacity here with the overlay. However, the problem, of course, is that we're not seeing the tiles underneath. And that's because we have to use another material type in order to blend them together. So I'll just stop this, go down to Create, and we're going to create a blend material. Now, in order to avoid confusion, we have to go up here to the sphere and make sure that we delete these two materials, so the overlay and the tiles, and leaving just the displacement. So I'll just render this to show you what it looks like. So there we go. So that's just what it looks like with the displacement. Now I'll take my blend material that I just created, drag it onto the sphere. Okay, so we see it appearing right there. And then this is where we're going to load in our various different materials. So first of all, make sure to check Use Material for the first and second. And then I'm going to go over here and take my overlay and drag this into the first coat material. And then take my tiles and drag that into the second coat material. And I'll just give this a render. And there, now we can see the effect happening. We can see a little bit of the overlay appearing there. However, the scaling is incorrect. So let's change that. So go back to your overlay material, just double click that to open up the material editor. And then go into the texture. And the first thing that we'll do is go and change the UVW. So in order to make this tile, I'm going to change its value from 1 to 2 on both of these. And we can see in the preview up there, we can see the texture repeating. But when we render, we'll see that it's actually a better size now. There we go. I think that's a much more appropriate size for this sphere. Now, in terms of extra tweaks that we can do, you can go over here and change the U and V values. So if I shifted this over, you can see the material previews changing. And this just helps to move it around so that you can more precisely place it. Now on top of that, we can go to color correction. Make sure to enable color correction. And then this is where we can change the relative strength of this overlay. So if I was to change the brightness, you can see it's becoming brighter, but it's also becoming more washed out. Now, in order to balance that out, we'd go to Contrast and increase that. So I'll put this to a value of 2. And there we go. Now we're seeing a nice contrasty version. Maybe I'll just increase the brightness some more. And then render this off. And there we go. Now we have a much more clear view of how this overlay looks on top. And of course, it's just a matter of tweaking these values so it looks right for your object and your scene. But that's pretty much it. It's a great way to just adjust things, and also gives you a lot of power in making your material look a lot more realistic. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.